What's going on, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in Zambia. My name is Chris from the #Hills4Life Wrestling Podcast on site right now at the aftermath of AEW All In Texas, and I am not alone. I have a couple of content creators. I got Mr. Barbro from the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast, and me, and then I have Mr. Mid-South over here, the one that's get it. But everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this awesome weekend of wrestling. This is episode 295. We are five episodes away from our 300 episode, and we do have a couple of special announcements. Should we announce it now or at the 300 episode? We'll wait for the 300 episode. But tonight, everybody, we are going to be discussing All In. And if we do get to the other topics, which is WWE programming, counter programming, or whatever the fuck you want to call that shit, we'll definitely talk about that. But right now, I guess, should we talk about our weekend or?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning. Like, go ahead, Barbara.
I mean, so first, obviously we landed on Thursday evening. We had no plans that night, actually.
Yeah.
We were just gonna chill and relax tonight until Slick hit us up that night that he got comp tickets for us to go see Collision on Thursday night, and turned out to be a pretty good show. Pretty dope. Good show around, decent show. Great showing from Mystico and Beast Mortos, and fun 8-woman tag match. That night to end the show off. But I told Chris this weekend has been a great example of what networking can do for you. Not just you, but your friends and colleagues. Like having different friends and different networks and all walks in life. I mean. Like I said, Thursday night, his boy Slick hit us up with comp tickets for Collision. And Friday night, another night, we had nothing planned after StarCast. And then one of my boys at one of my group chats on Twitter, shout out to Mr. Wrestling Fan on Twitter. We were at StarCast. He says, "Yo, got a couple extra comp tickets for ROH, Supercard of Honor. You want to go?" I was like, "Yo, you got 2 tickets?" Yep, me and Chris went, and Mid-South found. He worked his magic. He got in there as well. And listen, we saw a potential at that point. At that point, Supercard of Honor, we potentially saw maybe a match of the year candidate in Bandito versus Takeshita.
Yeah, that match was insane.
I was convinced that the only match that could have topped that Bandito Takeshita match was Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada.
Yeah.
Pleasant surprise, I was wrong. But yeah, I didn't think anything was gonna top that match that we saw Friday night.
Yeah.
So, can I get in this for a minute? Because this is where I come in. So I get off of work. I inbox y'all and I say, "Hey, I'm watching it," and that's when I found out y'all was there. On Mid-South hit me up and showed me a picture. I'm like, okay, it's time to look for where y'all at now. The camera was on y'all corner at least 10 times. I'm looking for Chris, because I'm thinking Chris still has Hill Nation shirt on. And I'm just saying, okay, now it started running down, so you got the Bandinos match. Like, okay, I see somebody that looks just like Chris with a yellow shirt on. Text it. You got yellow shirt on.
I definitely had a shirt on. Not just the wrong shirt.
But I said, yeah.
I had the yellow shirt on, going around here looking like.
We see you.
Banana.
I think, that match. I'm telling you right now, that match in Athena and Under Rosa, the spots that happened in that match, those 2 matches was dope. But continue, please, because it's more for y'all to talk about.
Most definitely.
You know what? Even before we move on to that, let's go back to StarCast real quick, and like the picture that you got up there.
Yes.
So let me tell you something.
Please give me the story.
We driving to the Sheraton. We drive to the hotel. We pull in, and the guy up front says, "There's no more parking in this lot. Is filled up." So he told us to circle around and go a lot further down. So we circle around the front lobby and driving up, and I look to my right, and I'm like, "Yo, Chris is fucking Mark Briscoe." And I rolled down the window. I was like, "Yo, Briscoe!" Waiting over here. I got my phone out trying to juggle it, and then, that's how it happened. Like, he was walking in, ready to go do his business, and we just caught him perfect timing, like just walking in. I'm like, shit, ain't that a great start to the day?
Yeah, instead of my dumb ass sitting up here and yelling in the camera,
you see Chris, I'm looking this way, and Chris is like,
yeah, right.
Chris was like, he was just surprised that Mark Briscoe was right next to him.
I'm sitting up here like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like,
and I'm telling Chris, I'm like, Chris, look at the camera.
And I'm just.
Listen, that's a perfect picture. That's a perfect picture. I love that because the reaction was beautiful.
Yeah, it was man. It was
like just looking for parking. That's what we got out of it.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Good.
Shout out to Grumpy. Grumpy is wow. Grumpy from the Wrestling Collective. Yeah, them boys are fucking awesome. Shout out to Slick. It was a pleasure meeting you in person, Grumpy, most definitely. Everybody that we met this whole entire weekend, it was just, once again, like what you were just saying not too long ago, networking is very powerful, folks. So if you think that the power of networking does not work, it does. Just be yourself. Please don't be an asshole. Don't be something that you clearly is not, because it's not going to work in your favor. So shut the fuck up. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm talking. Well, I won't shut up. Oh my God. Anyway, let's continue with the story. What else?
I mean, yeah, like I said, that was us just looking for parking. Then we get in, we go to wait on the lines to pick up our bracelets to get in, and just waiting on the line for the bracelets. Like, well, first of all, cool thing, the line was moving, but these wrestlers at StarCast, dog, they just walking around like nothing.
Like nothing is going on,
not with
right?
No big entourage, no security guard.
I mean, if you just stood by the elevator, you saw everybody in there. I literally ran into a fake Sting, and as soon as he turned the corner, the real Sting walked right beside me. Mm-hmm. I literally bumped into Sting and his entourage. So that StarCast, forget WrestleCon, forget any other convention, StarCast is the best.
Yes, and this was my second one because I went to the one in Philly, and this one probably was the greatest that I've been at, because number one, me and Barbaro was recognized on more than one occasion for our work on social media, and I just was floored. The top social media content creators literally came up to me and was just like, "You are a legend in this business right now." I said, on for one video, and it was just like, "Yeah, you funny as fuck. We love you." And I'm like, wow. And then we had teenagers telling us "Yeah, dude, yeah, we see you on social media, ain't you? Aren't you, bro? Don't you do YouTube and shit?" It was crazy. It's really, really crazy. So for the people that do social media, if you want to be a content creator, it is a grind, but it's very rewarding at the end of the day, because what you're doing is you're bringing people together in your collective, your community, and that is what #H4Life do for our community. And I'm still speechless. I'm still on cloud nine.
I'm not gonna lie. I by no means do I consider myself a content creator, right?
Why not?
I had at least 3 people at StarCast ask me if I was Mid-South and wanted to take pictures with me. In fact, it happened again at All In last night, where I followed and we returned the favor on the whole follow with 2 different people at All In.
That's what's up. Why didn't you tell us that? You didn't even tell us that. You just wanted you wanted to wait till we got on the show. Then you wanted to tell us.
Look at the comment.
That was the kid.
Yes.
I gotta
shout out
ask
to you, G, because like that whole entire section was like insane.
On fire.
I never thought in a million years your ass was 16. Because I was gonna kick your ass off of that TikTok. But I was just like, you know what? We got great positive energy. But no, shout out to you. And you did say that this was your first show, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the show. Shout out to you. Okay.
That's one hell of a first show going to All In.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man.
So quick background though.
Go ahead.
Like, so when we were waiting for the bracelets, the guy that walked up to you, he's on TikTok. His screen, his handle, that's Alan Owens.
Yes.
That walked up to him. Alan Owens right now on TikTok has 3.5 million followers. Alan Owens on TikTok has 3.5 million followers.
Bro, I didn't either.
Hold on. So a guy.
We went for our bracelets.
Yes.
Wait. So a guy that got 3.5 million
I didn't know that.
is calling you.
I promise you, I didn't know who he was. This man literally came up to me and said that I was one of his biggest fans.
I gotta put my baby.
And I'm like, wait, what? Okay,
I gotta put my
who are
baby
you?
out.
You know, and he pointed out to me, he showed me the video, and I said, wow, what the fuck? And now to hear that this man has a huge following, I don't know what to say about that, bro.
That means you
Stop showing me that.
You cannot stop what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All actually, it says that for all y'all. Cause bro. I look at his not just his TikTok, but his Twitter. He got the smoke all day. It's funny as hell. Chris, I already know you. You know, it's all day, every day. You entertaining. Miss Off, you got it, bro. You got it. You got me. I already told you this last week. Old school experience. So the fact that people that got 3 whatever million to notice y'all and say y'all legends, come on, bro. Come on.
And Alan wasn't by himself. Like, unfortunately, you know I'm the Malcolm Muscle dude.
Yes,
asking all the wrestlers like their Waffle House orders. He was with Alan. He was right next to Alan the whole time.
All of them, all the ones that you see on social media, they literally bomb rush me, and I'm just like, I'm thinking like, who are all these people? Like, who is all these? I know they're content creators, but like, I didn't know that this podcast like literally had an impact like that. So that's why I'm like, wow, this is fucking insane. But we can always go back to that. It's so much other shit that we really need to talk about. Matter of fact, let's, you know what? Do y'all want to get into the card, or like what do y'all want to do? And shout out to y'all. Listen, we only been on here for 20 minutes. And we're almost at 150 viewers right now. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. We definitely gonna get to some more shit. Go ahead.
I got a question for all 3 of y'all before we go to this card. I just told Chris about what was going around Texas. It was not just like All In. We had House of Glory, GCW, MLW, all in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does this or is this AEW's WrestleMania?
Yes, it is.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
So this is the WrestleMania that we got a great show from the host, pretty much. AEW All In was the host, and you had great experience in the star cast. If you as wrestling fans, where do you rank this show next to?
I think
WrestleMania. It's your best WrestleMania.
I'm not doing the whole comparison thing. I don't want to call it AEW's WrestleMania. I only want to look at it as it is the must-see pay-per-view of the year for AEW, hands down. It was the first pay-per-view, and it is. I'm not saying the other pay-per-views weren't must-see, but I'm saying this one is the granddaddy of them all. It's kind of like the Rose Bowl. Who cares who played in the Rose Bowl? People gonna watch the Rose Bowl because it's the Rose Bowl.
Right.
So yes, this is AEW's national championship every year. This is their Super Bowl.
I like the granddaddy. When you said that, I knew exactly where you were going with it. But, yes.
And also, let's get some shout before before me and Barbaro tackled some of this. First of all, let's give a shout out to some of our in the comment section. So Mr. Mac T was on Grumpy Statement Podcast. It was good. Who else is out there? Voice of Marks was good.
Yeah, hold up. Before we continue,
Okay.
Enforce it. I don't know if Chris told you. We met Voice of the Marks live and in person.
Yes, we met that.
I think
that incredible
Twitter.
looking motherfucker. That man is huge. I'm like,
bro, on your Twitter.
You trust it.
Oh man, hold on. Shout out to you, Barbaro. Shout out to Chris. From your pictures, y'all made me feel like I was there. I'm sorry. I like, especially your picture. You know, the bald heads got to keep together. You and Ricochet, and I was like, I was in tears. I'm jealous. I'm fucking jealous. I'm jealous, but I want to ask you one more thing, and we got to talk about this card because it's too much. It's a lot. One more thing.
Because I want to say one thing before we go to the All-In card.
Go.
Go for it.
Athena, Thunder Rosa. A lot of people thought Thunder Rosa was going to win that match. I, for one, was hoping she didn't win. Nothing against Thunder Rosa, but for the last year, I knew I was going to bring this up, and I wanted to bring it up as quickly as possible. For the last year, people all over social media have been bagging and ragging on AEW because Athena wasn't being booked on Dynamite every single week. Athena was toting the card. She still is the face of Ring of Honor.
Right now.
What have I been telling y'all all along? Watch Always.com. Why? Because it was all culminating somewhere.
For now.
There had been tea leaves for the last 6 months at least of something big was going to happen with Athena. Everybody thought it was going to be the Athena versus Mercedes match that happened where Athena lost. Mm-hmm. But what was Tony actually doing? We'll talk about it later.
So, in so many words, that this man is trying to throw some people under the bus, quote unquote, which is fine. So, I'm gonna give you your flowers because I was impatient. That's what happens when you're black and fat. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Shut up. So, Miss I was right. Because that was the one thing that I wanted to see.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Shut up!
Wait, hold on. Not only that he got to hear it, but he got to hear it in person.
In person. Fuck this podcast. I'm hosting now.
All right, let's get it.
All right.
But I mean, I'm looking at the comments. I was not trying to compare that company to this company, but the experience that I was looking at from the outside in, looked so WrestleMania weekend for me. And since y'all was there, I wanted to know how it felt for y'all because it looked so much how other wrestling companies how they show how the star cast. I saw a lot of pictures. Like I was like, oh my god! Like it was.
You know what?
It was just a good experience to see.
I could say this. You know what? Just the vibe of StarCast, like from all the fans, the wrestlers, like. It felt very calm, relaxed, and it felt like spirits were lifted up. You know, like everyone was in a calm, good mood. Like no fans had any bad attitudes or disrespectful to.
That's exactly where I was going. There was no turmoil, there was no fights, no arguments.
And like I said, just imagine you're in a hotel. We're in the hotel lobby. We're in the hotel bar. Wrestlers are walking by like. They're not being followed by 20 or 2,000 fans, being hounded for pictures or autographs. Like they're being respected. Like if they say you can take a picture, cool. If not, it is what it is. Like everyone is just being chill and nice. And just real quick, let me just like the people that you put the pictures up. That took pictures with Ricochet. I haven't posted yet, but I took with Takeshita as well and Brody Lee and Julia Hart. Like first off, Brody King. First off, he's not that tall in person. He's only like maybe 6'2", 6'3". I thought he was going to be like 6'7", 6'8", but that's TV, I guess, you know.
Yes. That's TV. It gets you to, a little taller and at least add 10 pounds.
that it does, but listen, Brody King, like personality, he's one of the nicest people I've ever met in the business. Like he's we talked about like I bought your ice abolished ice shirt when we saw the Grand Slam Mexico show. Like, dude, that was dope. Like, you stole the show. I mean, and I told them, listen, I live in New York City. We lived through the freaking ice raids and all that stuff like going on. So I was like, yo, fuck ice, fuck all that shit. Down fit. And when I that picture of him putting me in the chokehold, I asked him very nice. I was like, yo, listen, like, do you mind choking me out like you did MJF? Like, and I told him, I was like, and Julia, you point and laugh at me, and like you point and smile, like, and he was all cool with it, no problem. But yeah, like all the wrestlers there were dope. And just real quick with Ricochet, you know, I took the photo with him and I left. I forgot my my autograph, like you see on the table right there.
All right.
I forgot my autograph. So after Brody, I went to the guy like, yo, I forgot to get my autograph. Can I get it from you? He said, yeah, cool. Like, just wait after a couple people take their pictures. After I wait, like, I actually, Ricochet was by himself. We chopped it up. We talked for like 5 or so minutes, like just his experience in AEW. Like, we even talked about how we both went bald, actually.
You had a conversation about being bald?
Yeah, man, because
it's a very sensitive subject, sir.
Yeah, exactly. But Ricochet's one of the coolest dudes that I've ever met in person. Like, I told him, like, yo, continue, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Like, you're killing it right now. But yeah, the vibes all around at StarCast. Like I said, all the wrestlers were in a good mood. The fans were behaving from what we saw. Like, they walking around, nobody's like chasing them down, hounding them. Autograph. I can't think of, like, you know, you ask, cool. If not, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, StarCast was a success in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. Like, this whole entire weekend was a huge success for us as content creators. And it's like more so, what do we do now? We just keep trucking along, you know. Barbara, congratulations to you and your podcast. You guys are growing and we are seeing you. So, you know, definitely anything that you need, you already know we're here for you. So
appreciate it.
But yeah, let's get into this show.
This all trying to make me cry on.
No, I've been crying way too much. I'm good. But no, let's get it. Let's get into. Oh, matter of fact, shout out to Raphael, shout out to BJ, and anybody that I have not mentioned. But yeah, let's get into this card. See if you can pull up the card for us.
Yeah, I was gonna let y'all talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. It don't have to be in any particular order. Since y'all were there in person, is there anything like y'all just want to speak on?
Yeah, we
talked about the start, you know, the other events, but like, how was the atmosphere in the building for you guys? Because I mean, myself, Enforcer, and I think a few others in chat, we were watching, you know, from our homes, but for you guys, how was it in the building? You know.
Infectious. This is not my first rodeo with an AEW pay-per-view. Went to the very first one in Vegas. Went to Double or Nothing. When I said that from day one, 6 years ago. This company is special for some reason. I don't know why, but it's very special. Yesterday, 30,000.
I think SAP is reporting that it's between 29 and 30,000 finals.
What?
Yeah, that's what I saw him put on Twitter, I think, this morning.
When I tell you that building, there were moments it was up and down. Don't get it twisted. It was up and down, but toward the end of the show, we were standing in our seats.
Yeah, I'll say this: match by match, myself and the folks around me, we had an insane amount of emotion going from match to match because, you know, a lot of people try to guess who or know, they'll know right offhand, hey, this person's gonna win, this person's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
But the majority of these matches, we did not know who was gonna win. We knew who we wanted to win, maybe, but we could not predict a single thing. And they just took us on all these different roller coasters, match by match. Even on the smallest matches as the tag team match, none of us saw what happened in that match coming. I'm not trying to skip ahead. I'm just saying, you know, it was a total unpredictable show. The emotions were insane. The atmosphere was insane. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been through a shitload of pay-per-views. I've never experienced one like that before.
Go ahead.
I was going to say from home, like how he just said, You didn't know who was going to win. The emotions going up and down. You getting excited. It was a near fall. Like, God damn it, was someone in this shit? You just cursing out your TV. I know y'all was out there cursing out. Oh my God, what the next move and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I like wrestling. I don't know nothing. I'm there as a fan. I'm enjoying it. I'm not trying to take pictures of no tarp. I'm not trying to do that. I'm enjoying the show, the product that is in front of me, and the people around me is helping me enjoy it more better. So, but my question, I just was listening. Y'all was not together?
Mm-hmm. Me and Chris sat together.
Okay.
Mid-South was with his
Godfather,
mm-hmm. And I think OVW wasn't too far from you guys.
Yeah,
right? But yeah, me and Chris sat together. But yeah, Mid-South was on the floor. Me and Chris, we sat like right behind the home dugout.
Right behind you.
Perfect view.
Perfect. Yep. Because listen, my experience, like I went to the first All In 2023 at Wembley Stadium. I sat on the floor, but I was rows back, so it's like most of the show I'm trying to peek around, I'm trying to look over people. Like I learned from experience. If I'm gonna sit on the floor, it's either front row or I'm going a section above. Where Chris will tell you, like our view wasn't obstructed at all.
No,
we were able to sit comfortably and watch the entire show, but we saw the stage clearly, we saw the ring clearly, like. And then I don't want to jump too far ahead. We saw one of the bigger moments at the end of the night, like right in front of our eyes, like insane.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
Yeah, like I mean, but just about the energy though, like I mean, from match, like he said, like they were all the match outcomes. Like none of us, I couldn't put a guarantee on anything throughout the night. And even if let's say if the guy I wanted to win didn't win. It was still great storytelling within the matches that I'm not mad or disappointed if my guy or gal didn't win the match because that's just
you have nothing to complain about.
I literally have nothing to complain about. And just real quick, and then
so petty.
Like, nah, dude. And listen, as far as the venue, Globe Life, like they knocked it out of the park with the stage, with the production,
the pyro,
like. The pyro was great, but I feel like it wasn't overdone either.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. It wasn't like the other company where the big match and it's like 5 minutes of pyro. Because also it's indoors as well, so you can't do like 20 minutes of pyro because it would have been smoke throughout the whole arena because the roof was closed at Globe Life. Which good thing because it was raining towards the end.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, go ahead.
Sorry, I got one more thing about to say about that. Again, not skipping ahead, but I'll say this. You know how you go to a normal wrestling show, you'll high-five the person in front of you, you'll high-five the person beside you, maybe the person behind you. There was plenty of times throughout the entire night where I said, get out of my way, I need to get out of this aisle, and we were high-fiving people across the way.
Yeah. Swear God.
Insane.
It was insane. We were sitting up here. I don't even know these motherfuckers at all. I'm sitting up here hugging. She can tell you, me and him hugging, high-fiving, like, don't even know who these people are. Like, that's how dope it was.
I'm sorry.
Some dude shook me, and I was like,
I'll tell you right now, from like this ain't. We all been to wrestling. We all been to wrestling shows here and there. It's something about wrestling. Period. Wrestling bring us together. You don't know somebody. Or you just met him right then and there. Finally, you're talking to him like you know him for 20 years because you're talking about wrestling and enjoying the show. So how that show was going, I know y'all was talking. Y'all was telling each other like y'all was freaking long lost cousins or something like. It's a emotional roller coaster, but a good one.
Yeah, that's why I say normally yes, but this was abnormal. This was insane. This was nothing you've ever seen before. Yeah. I'm talking all kinds of pay-per-views I've been to, all kinds of great moments inside of wrestling I've been to. I ain't never seen nothing like a dude 2 sections over running over in my section, high-fiving everybody.
Crazy.
Everybody
it was crazy. Like I've never experienced that in the day of my life, and I think the overall pay-per-view this whole weekend, it was really to make a statement that AEW is forever staying with us. And I'm not about the tribalism. That's the thing about you guys need to understand about me. Y'all know that about me. I'm not about the tribalism, but this is the same company that literally said, nigga, you ain't going nowhere. You staying right here, and we're gonna make sure that you stay right here. And I've been staying here for 6 years, still supporting this company. Now, WWE can do whatever the hell they want. I get that this is not a podcast about WWE, but people need to really understand that I'm supporting this company because this company helped me get out the rut that I was in for the last 20 years dealing with, WWE. So I'm going to fight for what I believe in. And I believe that AEW has literally put a statement, put a stamp on their presence in professional wrestling. So that's why I'm so grateful for that.
What was a match that stood out to y'all? I mean, we don't have to go down in order, but just if y'all want to.
The men's Swerve and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks.
Can we please talk about that
match?
Can we please talk about that?
That match was beautiful.
Wait.
That match was beautiful.
I know y'all got more details than I do, but I gotta say something that I get off my chest. I've been begging to Swerve to come out to Shaka Khan, Ain't Nobody, for a long time. I think Barbara, I said it last week too. I was like, I just want him to come out one time. I come home and I see, first of all, I see JoJo singing, the Fireflies behind her.
Wrong person singing the song.
While she's singing the song, I marked out. I even got on video.
I know that JoJo was looking extra tasty that evening.
Sir,
but she was the wrong person. It should have been Shaka Khan. It would have.
But see,
people was like, "What the fuck?"
I'm gonna tell you two things. I'm gonna tell you two things why.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you two reasons why it couldn't have been Shaka Khan. One, they got to pay Shaka Khan, and two, they found a loophole because they changed the beat and made it like it's karaoke. So it's pretty much like a karaoke thing.
Yes.
So I was gonna say something similar, but one, they had to pay for Shaka Khan, but also they actually had to pay for that song still because they mixed it up and they still sang it like.
Yeah.
So Khan, he paid a lot of money to play that song on that pay-per-view. I guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was happy. Then the entrance, I was happy with the match. We could talk about this match because that match to me was the match of the night. Whole match.
100% agree.
I got more, but to me, when I say, I told y'all in this house, I cried, woke up my wife. I was in here with that match alone. But y'all was there, so it probably was a different feeling inside the arena.
You know what? How about we do this? Tell them.
Let's just do a match of the night. We can go around the room, match of the night at the end.
Including all of y'all in the comment section too. What was your match of the night? But we'll do that toward the end of the show.
Save it for the end.
Yep, save it for the end. Save that energy for the end. Go ahead, Barbara.
No, yeah, I was agree. Let's keep that towards the end. Let's start. I say if we want to start with the 0 hour, just quick, a couple minutes on that, because I know it's 0 hour, but the 3 matches they had on 0 hour, any one of these matches could have main evented a Dynamite or a Collision. That's how actually good they were. From FTR versus the Outrunners. At first, of the Outrunners, we talking about special gear for pay-per-views. Newport inspired trunks from the Outrunners was wild.
Diabolical.
And also on Force, I don't know if you guys caught this. The Outrunners lettering on their trunks was the same font as the Newport lettering on the box. I'm like,
why are we going out here and promoting cigarettes?
But then what did I say to you?
Because they from the oldest man in the
Why are y'all coming at me from different directions?
Oh no, he says that, but you know what I told him last night? He asked me the same thing. You know what I asked him? Why is the presidential candidate Cody Rhodes advertising vodka for a children's show? That's WWE. That caters to fan. That's a family show.
Touche. Can't even speak on that.
There's always weekly vodka commercials for every WWE show, not just the the PLEs. So
what are they saying for the children? Like, you saying it's cool for a 6-year-old, their demographic, to drink vodka?
I mean,
They have stressful
that
days.
not the demographic.
Yes, it is. So why in the fuck they promoting that vodka on their television show?
Those kids have stressful days in kindergarten too. They need to.
Oh, so you don't agree with that? Heather,
All right.
you don't wait. No, fuck that. You don't agree with that? Promoting vodka on a family television show like WWE?
Smoke.
They definitely should not be doing that.
So why did you just say, hey, whatever Chris says, that's all on him? So do you agree or disagree, Mid-South?
I agree they should not be doing it.
Morally, they shouldn't. But guess what? Morals don't write seven-figure checks with 7 zeros in them.
Wow.
Gotta keep that liquor cabinet locked up.
Listen, morals got a price line.
Mm-hmm.
Even enough digits, morals could be sold.
All right, so that we'll talk about. The moment of 0 hour for me was the 8-man tag between you had the conglomeration and Big AJ versus the Don Callis family, and I don't care. The moment of one of the top 5 moments of the night. I don't care. Let me say this: the action's outside. You see Trent outside, and then you see the Rizzler and Big Justice out there. You see Big Justice standing up to Rocky Romero first, and then Trent comes out of nowhere and pie faces a kid and pushed him to the ground.
Crazy.
I don't know how it came across on TV, but us in the crowd were like, "Oh,
right." We was like, "Bro, fuck you for pushing a kid, child abuse. What are we doing? Like, why the fuck?" But he got that receipt because he spent the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm here for that.
I want to say fucking kid.
And that definitely, and that opinion definitely came from Black and Bama Corporate Chris, aka Megatron, aka Wild Card, and all that good shit. Fuck you for saying that shit, by the way.
So how did it look for y'all when Kyle Riley was coming out during our entrance and he was like wilding? Like I don't know what was he doing. Like he was on something.
He was just strutting, doing the Rizzler pose all the way down the ramp. I mean, he was having fun. It's all in. It's 0 hours, so it's fun and harmless. But I mean, shit, it'll be a complete 180. When we see unfortunate conflict for different circumstances. But I say, like, before we talk about the main card, I just want to say like something just in general about the all-in card itself.
Mm-hmm.
Last night felt like, if you watch like any TV shows or any like long series program, last night felt like a series finale for AEW.
It did.
Like the past 7 months, it was a season finale that everything. I feel this coming Wednesday on Dynamite, it's literally starting a new chapter, new season in AEW. They're literally turning the page and starting with a fresh, clean slate.
So I do got a question for you. So do you feel that even AEW tribalists, I want to use that word because, it feels like a dirty word, but do you think us as fans, do you feel that we wasn't patient with the storytelling that Tony Khan was trying to?
I would say yes, especially when it comes to the main event scene with the Death Riders, because I understand you go back to October at Wrestle Dream when, the whole plastic bag over Daniel Bryan's head, that kind of started, kickstarted the Death Riders storyline. And looking back at it now, it started hot at Wrestle Dream, but they kind of stalled out, in my opinion. There was no further development within like Moxley or the group itself. Mm-hmm. And then I think, unfortunately, what happened when Copeland came back, they inserted him into the main event scene when you had other guys like a Jay White, a Swerve, an Ospreay, guys who are more fans want more from the main event scene, but it was Copeland, and I feel like, unfortunately, he's getting a lot of backlash. Like, now that people want to act like Pope hasn't been good in AEW, which is bullshit. Before he got hurt,
that man broke his leg for AEW.
Yeah, he broke his leg, but before he got injured, he was doing great. He had a great TNT title run. He had the story with Christian Cage and everything. He was having a good run, but I feel like they kind of using him like, damn, why is he in the main event scene rather than our favorites in a sense,
Right.
But there wasn't enough like depth with the Death Riders, like not a lot of growth. Not really until when we hit the Dynasty show where Swerve got involved. That's when it started picking up. That's when the inclusion of the Young Bucks, them intertwining storylines going along the way. Then you with the addition of Gabe Kidd into the group as well. That's when, back in April, it started.
You think Gabe Kidd enhanced the Death Riders?
I think
with the absence of Pat.
Yeah, I think it was a necessary add. They needed that extra guy. I slightly disagree with Barbaro on when the Death Rider storyline became good for me. I go back to that promo that Moxley made. I want to say it was before the Swerve match when he said, in a nutshell, you don't need to see the title. You haven't earned to see the title. Why do you want to see the title if you ain't won it? Well, it's a prop. He was basically calling it a prop. Or something that belonged to him. Why do you need to see something that belonged to me when it don't belong to you? Which was just super insanely creative when you just think about it. Why do we want to see the world title? Why would another wrestler need to even see the world title when it don't belong to them?
So do you feel that the reason why fans rejected the Death Riders because it wasn't a WWE type of storyline?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think it has anything to do with WWE.
But does it?
It does not. I think fans rejected Death Riders, especially in the beginning, is because when they saw the Death Rider storyline, their minds immediately went to, oh, this is just like the NWO. Oh, this is just like Aces and Eights. Oh, this is just like, any other faction they've seen. When in essence, it wasn't like any of those factions at all. It was completely different. It was just a faction that had bad guys in it. That's it.
It started out like that though, because you remember when John Moxley came back, he said, you're not in charge. You're telling that you're not in charge, which everybody speculated for some reason Shane McMahon was coming, and that's all that stuff.
Okay, well, let me ask you this though, Enforcer, because I see where you're going with that. But why the NWO itself? Why did the NWO start?
Why did they start?
Yeah, or how did it start?
It started with the outsiders first.
It started with the outsiders, younger guys that wanted to be on top.
Right.
And then they brought in Hogan. Aces and Eights, how did it start? Damn sure it didn't start like that.
No.
Death Riders, how did it start? They turned on on their presumed leader, who was really Mox. So that's why I'm saying none of those factions actually started the same.
No, but it still started the same with the same. I'm here to take over the organization. But when I'm going with both. I'm going with both what you're saying here, because bro, we had this conversation about the belt. I was upset the belt was in a briefcase, but then I started understanding what he was talking about. When the moment comes, you go just like last night. When the moment came, I know I did. I got my belt and enjoyed it. But then on the other side where Barbaro was talking about is it did kind of lag. It did lag in some areas, like with Darby Allin or Orange Cassidy. After that, you had nobody at that. Then they had to put Coke in the mix of it, which you thought at the time Jay White was trying to get to that point, but they just said, "Oh, we're gonna choose Coke," which didn't resonate with a lot of people. It started building up, like I said, around Dynasty, because when Swerve got involved, we brought the other storyline with him and Hangman. Then Will Ospreay started getting hot, the Owen Cup, and stuff like that, and start picking up now, because now Moxley getting nervous. Now you just don't have one person, you got 3 people coming at you. Yeah, so it started picking up. And speaking of Gabe Kidd is on contract year right now, so he's the hot topic right now. Is he Bullet Club? Is he Death Riders? Is he gonna stay in New Japan? Is he about to be signed with AEW? And remember, he used to say a lot of shit about AEW, which everybody thought he was serious about. But it was all the storyline. He's here to wreak havoc in AEW. Who's the best team to do that with? Right. The team that's wreak havoc in AEW. Death Riders.
So I got one more point to make about that. When you said the Death Riders wanted to take over, completely disagree. Go back. They said it from day one. Who wants it? That's what it was all about. you ain't man enough to take it from me. That's why the storyline, the story, sure you're coping there, but if you remember, it was all the other guys that went after the Death Riders, the entire roster, Daniel Garcia, Top Flight, all of those guys were involved. Darby Allin, all of those guys were involved in the beginning. And what was Moxley have said the same thing from the beginning. You want it, come and take it. It was never about taking over AEW. It was always about this roster is trash now. All the storyline is trash now. The company is trash now. It ain't like it used to be. You want it, come and take it from me. You want to see the title, take the title from me. That's why
I said switch, because he did start off with, this is not your company anymore. And he made sure he was in the main camera looking at Tony like, this ain't your company anymore, blah, blah. But yeah, I remember the promo. He said, this is not the AEW that I helped build. This is not the AEW that I missed vacation on. I remember that. Everybody remember that promo. Stuff like that. But we said before, they lagged in certain areas, but they picked back up and got hot. Each week it got hot. John Moxley's been putting some of the best promos in his AEW career. Mina Shafir has been. Oh, we finally get to see her test herself out with Willow, and I was like, oh, I'm liking this, because she was just standing there, she was China something, but it started picking up.
And again, not one person on this panel and nobody in the comments cared about her 2 years ago.
I didn't even know who the fuck she was. Shit.
Oh, I knew she was a 4 horsewoman. That's about it.
I didn't even know that.
We love her now, though.
Yeah. She's raised her stock throughout this Death Riders storyline, but I also just look at Moxley, like, if there was ever like maybe push or angst against him, like, you look in the world of wrestling, like, I wonder if a lot of fans truly appreciate just heels that have no likable characteristics whatsoever. Like, this isn't Mox is not trying to be your cool heel with his catchphrase and his whips and nothing like that. No, he carried himself like a true final boss in a sense. Like, I have the biggest prize in the game, and what is he doing that's most effective? He's not showing it to you. He didn't deem anyone worthy. Like Miss said, no one was worthy to see it. Like, I still have it. I don't need the belt, and it's kind of a representation of what I think of wrestling. The belt does not make the champion. Not just the world heavyweight title. It could be any mid-card belt, any tag team belt, any women's belt. The belt does not make the wrestler. In a way, you could kind of look at it that maybe that's what Mox is kind of saying by keeping the belt in the briefcase. Like the belt doesn't make him. You and the journey that you are taking, that you are going through to get to that moment, to win that belt, to have your hand raised, that's what makes the championship belt mean something. Like, if you're just winning through chance or by luck or through like some, 1 or 2 week storyline, no, but Hangman has literally past 2 years, like he said in his press conference, 2 years, he has fought demons within himself from the outside with Swerve Strickland. And then after that within himself, he's been fighting his own demons for the better part of 2 years, and to conquer the biggest opponent in his life, which was himself. Then an outside Swerve, to go through all that, to maybe defeat the biggest opposition in AEW history, that was John Moxley. I mean, that's what's going to that's what makes the championship. When we saw that title belt at the end, it was literally like, it was almost like we saw it for the first time.
Dude, I
in
cried,
a sense.
bro.
Like, that is a top 5 moment in AEW history.
I think that.
I'm skipping ahead now because I'm ready.
No, we're
just discussing.
We're literally like freestyling right now. Yeah.
When you say, man, trust me, when you say that and you look at that belt still had Daniel Bryan's side plates on it. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, when he took it out that briefcase, and you just said it's like we've seen it for the first time. That was, I think, as as Milton was saying, that was the moment we was waiting for. Because when it gets to that moment, we gonna all rejoice. We all rejoice at the moment, and that's what it is.
Of course, sir. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? Why? It's because it was so freaking layered how we got there. We're leaving out all the things that led to this, like the whole Hangman almost costing Swerve the title last year. And then skip all of that. The interactions with Hangman and Swerve prior to that. And, the Young Bucks attempting to cost Swerve the title. And Swerve asking Hangman, the next week on Dynamite, hey, were you involved in this? Did you know about this? All of that stuff, including what just happened literally on Collision a couple nights before, the conversation that they had in the back, and you saw the chain on the floor. All of that stuff, and not to mention all the stuff that I'm leaving out, led to that. And that's just between those two. We also got the Young Bucks and Moxley and freaking Darby and Danielson, who we knew was going to get involved in this match in some kind of way. It's just insane storytelling. We've been talking about storytelling for the longest on this podcast. But God, there's so many freaking stories going on into one, and they were all intertwined into each other.
That All In. And that's basically what we said about All In. All In, we kept saying, we all said that All In was in-game.
It was that.
And Mr. Warrants, you supposed to read all the chapters, not watch the whole. Shut up.
Oh my God! Why are you bringing
you know what?
Why?
This is the reason why you should do your research. This is the main reason why I say that, because you can't get the whole entire story when you just read through the pages, the actual illustrations or the pictures. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way in professional wrestling. It doesn't work that way in the comic books. This is the reason why you should do your research. This is the reason why you should be invested in storytelling. If you really want to be invested in storytelling, and if you really do care about professional wrestling like you claim you do, you should really get into AEW. If you missed that shit, cool. Because if you didn't watch the season finale, that's on you. Now we are entering into another season of AEW. So I'm telling you, get invested.
I swear this is the biggest storytelling right here, because you still on that dude for that damn time.
I said it earlier in the week. Swerve had to make a decision, and I'm glad they held it off to the end. He made his decision, and it ended up being.
We said it last week. We said last week about Swerve. Like this, it's the key player in this whole thing. Since when Hangman said he would take on the whole Death Rider, he knew the whole Death Rider was gonna be that they logo. We said that it's gotta be Swerve. Swerve is the final piece. You know Will's gonna help him. You know the options gonna help him.
I mean, we all called who was going to get involved in the match, right?
Yeah.
We knew Death Riders was going to get involved. Most of us knew Darby was going to get involved. We knew Danielson was going to get involved.
Right. Yeah. And also, I do want to make a huge announcement for the very first time in our podcast. We are over 200 viewers on YouTube. So, thank you guys so much.
Next week.
Yes, come back next week, because then we'll be at four episodes away from the 300 episodes, everybody.
It's always this good.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. But yes, everybody continue to keep sharing. Share. Matter of fact, Ziggy, if you can, read some of the comments if you have to break in, because we want to make sure that everybody is being acknowledged in the comment section, because there is a lot of comments that's going on. So if you want to kind of take the time to kind of read what the
let's put some of these up on the screen. Had the chat overlay up there, that way y'all can kind of see what's going on. But also, shout out to Ginger Spice over from the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. I saw that she was over there on their platform, with the all-female platform doing Evolution. So shout out to y'all. G Baby, appreciate you. Been chatting. He says he doesn't care. The Death Rider story was great to me from the very start. So G Baby says that been a fan the whole way. Willis says he hoped Mox goes away for a while. He says Mox needs to go away. Willis says he's over it.
He need a vacation. Mox needs a vacation. He does.
Statement Wrestling Podcast. Shout out to y'all. Oh, what's up, y'all? Y'all had something to say?
Just real quick on that whole Mox going away.
Oh yeah, sure.
How the show ended last night.
Let's do that.
Not so fast, because that storyline can continue, but now Darby being back, like you said, like, yeah, Mox lost the title, but the Death Riders are still around. Darby said he wants to take everything from him. That's including the Death Riders. So I think Darby's back, and he'll be joined up. Like, Darby's final goal mission to take out the Death Riders completely, 100%. And I say not yet, but it just adds another layer to the story. I'm going forward.
Yes, as a matter of fact, Ziggy, if you can look in our look on Facebook right now, see if you can find that sequence, because that is a sequence.
Which one?
The one where they were doing, I think
Is this the Hit and Blade house call finish?
Yeah. Oh my.
Bro, that was a cool finisher, bro.
That was the ending.
Yeah.
That was the
No,
ending.
not that one. Not that one. I'm talking about the one.
You talking about the Canadian Destroyer?
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Oh my God, to see that.
I thought you said the house call one.
No, it was a house call Hit and Blade, but Matt got hit with one and Nick got hit with one. But it was like Canadian Destroyer. They popped up, psyched up, and then they all fell.
Yes. That shit was crazy. That
match was an emotional roller coaster, and I loved it. I love that match from the. If you want to talk about story, this is why I want to say I'm glad that I got Barbro and Missed out here, because as soon as that match happened, Twitter went off and motherfuckers want to repeat what Taker said about what we do, about selling and storytelling. Listen, that was storytelling. You got two guys trying to keep their EVP, and you got two guys trying to stop them from being EVPs and keep their chances of a title shot for a year. All right, it was storytelling. It was people that did not want to lose. I'm sorry, if you don't like that match, then don't. If you don't like that style match, then don't watch. I'm telling you.
Again, just like I said earlier, why was that match happening? Because it was intertwined into all of the storylines.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about Hangman a minute ago. Why is Swerve wrestling the Young Bucks? Because they cost him his world title earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He could have had his title back. They got involved. It's just crazy.
It was crazy how everything came together in one night. And then it goes back to when I think it was when Daniel Bryanson lost to Jon Moxley, and I think it was, who was it? I think it was Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy had that conversation. They were just like, we got to band together somehow, some way. And them same people that was in that storyline came together, joined forces to take down possibly one of the most disruptive forces in AEW history.
That's right.
And we haven't heard anything from Orange Cassidy either, which that also plays a role too in this, because this is not over. I want y'all to know that.
I want to add something on to Miss Out. I think this goes further back than that. Let's talk about Blood and Guts when the Elite was going against Swerve and them and the Staples and how they disrespected the EVP. When they was really serious about the EVP, that's that character, and how they disrespect. I think it started around that time because he was champion. They disrespect him, blah. Then you add on layers of Hangman said we was helping Hangman because he said he promised he would never go with the title. All this stuff. I'm that match going on with Hangman, going on with the Death Riders. If I got to repeat what y'all said, it would be the season finale or the end game of end games.
That's basically what it was. It was end game.
Right. It
1.5. It wasn't exactly 2.0 because all the figures wasn't there. So 1.5.
Right.
But either way, great execution. I love it.
And the fact that Darby Allin recorded a promo on the top of Mount
Darby,
Darby is crazy,
like Enforcer just said, the fact Darby recorded that fucking promo on top of Mount Everest. Well, if you saw like how the video started, he's hooked, he's tethered up to the side of a mountain, cutting a promo. Okay, I mean, but you know what? It's been, like you said, 6 years of AEW. We should not go. We already now, but going forward, we should not be surprised by anything that this man does. I mean, knowing where he came from to now, he's one of the greatest success stories in modern day wrestling history. We've heard it many times. He living out of his car, basically homeless. I mean. Then when he gets the AEW contract, like he's still, to himself, and it's like, you know what he is? He's the closest thing to a modern day Jeff Hardy in a sense.
Stop, bro. Stop. Because you know what?
He's not lying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Should have been.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
No. We've been saying that. This dude throws his body just like Jeff used to. Swan time off the ladders. All that stuff.
What's the difference?
Mid-South asked the question.
You really want to play that, Robert?
What's the difference between Darby Allin and Jeff Hardy?
One had
Darby Allin don't do drugs.
Darby Allin is straight edge.
Darby is straight edge.
Okay.
And you know what? Also, I feel. And you know, I feel also with Darby, I think he excels at other parts as a wrestler where I don't think Jeff did. I'm sorry. I think he's more of a, not just his look and his appearance wise. I think he's maybe, in my opinion, a better person, a bigger personality in a sense. Like, what he lives and dies by what he does. Like, he is literally gonna run through a wall to do whatever. Like, I mean, it's just like I said, he's the modern day Jeff Hardy in the sense that, like, yeah, you look at him at first glance, yeah, is he world? A lot of people want to say he's not world championship material. And actually, just a real quick sidebar. Like me and my co-hosts on the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast, we talk in our group chats every day that they don't see Darby as world championship material. I love my co-hosts, and if y'all see this, I love ya. I 100% disagree.
I do too.
And you want to know why? Last night, when he showed up on that monitor, the emotions that this man, Darby Allin, after being away for 7 months, almost 7 months off of camera, off of 7 months, the wrestlers who have been wrestling multiple decades have never gotten that type of reaction. He connects with the fan base on an emotional and more personal level than a lot of wrestlers wish they could.
Yeah.
I got it.
When Darby Allin, if you look at Darby Allin, if Darby Allin would have walked into the All In, he looked like one of us. He looked like a guy enjoying wrestling. So, like I just say, living the dream. I watched Darby Allin ever since Evolve. This dude does everything. When you say Jeff Hardy, yeah, I'm gonna say something. He throws his body. He throws his body like a small Mick Foley to me. He throws his body for the business, and it scares me sometimes that when he sells and do some of those spots sometimes. But like you just said, when he came on that screen, not even on the screen, when they saw him come from the Raptors, the fans saw him first. Taz, the only person that said it on the commentary, I didn't hear it. I was like, what is going on upstairs? And Tony Schiavone didn't know that. Look up. By the time he got past the screen, that's when they noticed Darby Allin was there. The fans went crazy.
It's called long-term series.
Yeah, indeed. You wanted to say something?
No, I was just gonna say I gotta admit this. I've been saying it all week. I did not want Darby Allin involved in that. I'd rather he had been involved in the men's Casino Gauntlet and not got involved in that world title match. But dang it, when he came up on that screen, I jumped up out of my seat like a little girl.
I think this. I'm glad he didn't show up I'm glad he didn't show up.
So somebody is sitting in the row in front of us, like called Darby to the goal. Like, oh man, if he's showing up tonight, it's got to be at the end. Like, it's got to be at the end. He has to factor in to playing distraction or just getting rid of the rest of the Death Riders to help Hangman win by some. But like I said, I love my co-hosts on the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. I would say majority of them don't believe. Like, let me tell you something. It's just him returning that video, that pop, that reaction. With all due respect, a lot of the wrestlers that they will put ahead of Darby Allin, I'm sorry, they do not connect with the fan base like Darby Allin does. Okay, and like I said, you said Mick Foley. I say Jeff Hardy. Like, yeah, you look at them like you said, he walks into the ring, he looks like just a regular average Joe. Like, he's not a larger than life presence like when he's in the ring or anything like that. But one thing that fans love is they love someone that they can relate to, not just his story in the ring, but outside the ring, his personal struggle, overcoming those struggles. Like, that is character development that we want in our top stars right there. And listen, and also in all wrestling, we love when the little guy overcomes, and like, come on, like when Rey Mysterio won, when Eddie Guerrero won.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
what I was gonna say, it's a weird comparison, but I'm old school. But I'm only gonna go back to the 90s. It totally reminds me of when Billy Kidman went from being a no-name wrestler to getting all kinds of sympathy in WCW. That's what Darby reminds me of.
So he kind of reminds you of Jay Uso.
No. Not the same thing.
So,
I grew up watching WCW, of course.
I had to try it.
But yeah, Billy Kidman literally walked Darby's path before Darby, if you ask me. He never became as popular as Darby in WCW. He did in WWF. But it's kind of the go from a nobody, which Darby was, let's be honest, he was a nobody, to being respectable to now being he's at the top right now. When it comes to popularity.
And remember, Darby is day one.
A1, right.
So that means within 6 years, you have grown to like them back then, but you have grown to love Darby.
And he's also a company man. He loves AEW.
Yeah. And like you can see the passion with that as well. With him, Swerve, Will Ospreay. I've never seen so much passion for like one company because they know that their boss like believes in them. You know what I'm saying? And when you feel that your boss believes in you, you're gonna go the extra mile to make sure that your company succeeds. And that's what I really love about the men and women, you know, in AEW. You know, and we definitely see that and then some at All In.
I definitely, that's one thing, you never go here, no contract dispute on Darby Allin. He's a lifer.
yeah.
But I definitely want to talk about the Mercedes versus Toni Storm match. That match was wow.
How many times she got spiked on her head?
Go on in.
How many times did she get spiked on her head? I said 5.
Well, let me tell you how the match went. Like, so when they came to that spot where Toni Storm hit 3 Storm Zeros on Mercedes and she kicked out, I looked at Chris like, damn, Mercedes is going to pull up. But now looking back at it this way, you look at the type of champion that this company has built Mercedes up to be. Over 400 days as TBS champion, longest reigning TBS champ of all time. 6 championship belts that she carry. She is the gold standard for women's professional wrestling. You can make an argument in the past decade because because here's something real quick. I can name off all the ladies right now in WWE and AEW who would be here all night who have had their best match of their career because of either whether she was in WWE, Sasha Banks, or now Mercedes Moné. And I told people this: you don't like the idea of having 6 belts. Here's the thing: you are a promoter of an independent promotion overseas. You want it's a business at the end of the day. You got to sell tickets. You got to put butts in seats.
Yes, sir.
Who is the biggest name that you can get to say, hey, can not only do a couple of events for us, we want to put our world title on you so that when we do crown a new champion, it will elevate the status of that new champion, but it will also elevate the company in the same way. Now, obviously, you can't pick anyone from WWE because they don't play nice unless it's AAA or TNA. So who else are you looking for women's wrestling wise? It's Mercedes Moné, okay? And there are idiots out here who think that she has creative control on 3 continents and 5 different promotions. If you think that Mercedes has creative control in 5 promotions and 3 continents, you know what? We can say it's on podcast. Okay. You're a fucking idiot at the end of the day.
Period.
You're a fucking idiot on the level of JD from New York who can't fucking handle. Because guess what? If you have creative control, why the fuck would you choose to lose on the biggest event of the year for your promotion? It almost sounds like, no, she has a boss who decided, you know what? Mercedes is established as one of the GOATs of women's professional wrestling. Tony is right there with her character work, but guess what? Every great professional wrestler needs that one moment on the biggest stage of them all, in front of the biggest crowd, one of the biggest moments in company history, to cement her as one of the GOATs. Tony was already there character-wise. I think total package as a wrestler, Toni Storm is the complete package. She's on the GOAT list for all of women's wrestling, in my opinion. But like I said, eating those 3 Storm Zeros, the championship stature that Mercedes built up, it shouldn't just be one finisher to beat her. You should have to do like what Cody did to Roman at WrestleMania last year. How many crossroads did he hit Roman with to finally beat him? But a 4-year champion, you shouldn't just hit one and beat him. That's the champion, the stature that they built Roman up. It shouldn't be just easy like that. It took everything that Toni Storm had, hitting her with that Storm Zero from the top rope was fucking insane.
We call that a hurricane eye.
Exactly.
Shit. Not the Storm Zero or Hurricane Eye. That's devastating.
I love everything you're saying. You know, I heard Miss South say it for years. Everything you said. I've been saying, I said this, that Toni Storm need this win more than Mercedes.
Yeah.
Because she already got the best character work. You know that, but no one never say, oh, she's the best wrestler.
What do you want to say?
Yeah, you gotta say. You gotta say.
No, you got your hands up and you want to.
Because he's enjoying this. He's soaking it in. He's soaking it in.
But real quick though, like this match, it started the streak of the triple main event that they built up all into being. Now, I thought.
Now, did you expect that?
I did not. So we talked about this before the show. I thought the 3 big matches, Mercedes, Tony, Omega, Okada, and Mox Hangman, I thought you're going to put one to start the show. You're going to put the other in the middle of the show, and obviously Mox Hangman at the end. But this might be, in my opinion, the first time in wrestling history where they built it as a double main event, triple main event. This event lived up to a triple main event. They went back to back to back. And guess what? Like, it was the theme of this pay-per-view that everything that you wanted of this show delivered. I agree. Toni needed this victory more than Mercedes because she's at the point in her career where she loses nothing with a loss. She's built that stature upon herself. Toni is still building on her resume, which is still ongoing. I'm not saying Mercedes is done anytime soon, but that just shows you in the decade or so she's been on the main scene, like with WWE and AEW, the resume she's built is fucking insane. It may never be matched again. And then, listen, especially like if you're a Mercedes hater, you'll like that ending, but if you're a Toni fan, you'll like it. And then, we could go to the next match, the part 2 of the triple main event, or
just a minute, sir.
What's up?
Let me shine.
Before we go on, I must admit to the world, for the last year, I have been saying exactly what Ball said. Of course, I'll repeat just that one small part. Goat Monet, because that's her name, get it right. Goat Monet is the greatest of all time. I'm going to prove it with a TikTok video that I'm putting together. It's taking me a little while. But as Ball stated earlier, damn near every woman you can think of that's active right now, that's worth a drop of grain, a drop of salt, whatever you call it. Their best match, or at least in their top 2 or 3, was against who? Go Money.
I was going to ask you, did you debate anybody yet? Did anybody ask to debate you?
I don't think nobody wants to.
Wait until I put my video together, because I am going to ask that very question in the video. I'm still working on it.
Okay.
It's going to be insanely long, and I'm hoping that folks are going to participate.
Yes, sir.
But wait till I get it together. I'm going
Talk only 10 minutes.
I'm coming with all the facts.
And you know what? I feel like we've been freestyling. Everything's like going in order, but I just want to go back to the beginning real quick. How the show started, like with the trios titles and everything. Because when you think about this, you look at the outcome for the trios match right here. Like I was a little, like I said, I'll admit when they announced this as starting, I was a little underwhelmed that this was starting off the night. But the result of the match turned out to play a huge factor towards the end, because yes, the Ops retained the trios titles, but the aftermatch, all the after things after the match, when they attacked Joe, they Pillmanized them with the chair and everything. That basically took not just Joe, but you took out the Ops as possible reinforcements for Hangman. And what is that called?
Storytelling.
You can tell a story.
So, what is the word of the day, everybody? Storytelling.
You can tell. Mid-South has said this. Mid-South has said this forever, but I'll just repeat it. You can tell a story in the ring and after the match and before the match, because they set the tone right there. That even though you're gonna have to wait till the main event, but it's something on your mind, right? It's
And now, again, I said this is what's different between the other guys in Stanford. This is the difference between the guys in Stanford. It's the difference between everybody else. They know how you can have a straight up match, finish that straight up match, and then do the shenanigans after the match. I'm starting to lean away from, because it's starting to piss me off, because I never have a straight up match. We had every match on a straight up match, and the shenanigans happen, or storytelling, or whatever you want to call it, happen after to build up for the next thing. The Ops retaining, I got some stories in there too. I got Shibata and Gabe Kidd, mentor student. I got a dream scenario, Joe versus Gabe Kidd. I got scenarios in that match. At the end of the day, the story was, you're not going to help Hangman at the main event. We're going to take you out now.
Right.
And also, they're now going to have to relinquish those titles unless the story is Hook is coming back. Do you see how many stories they can tell from just that one thing?
Yeah.
They wrote Samoa Joe off. He's going to be gone for a while.
Yeah, he's doing the Twisted Metal, right?
I mean, that's already done. That comes out at the end of the month.
Oh.
So unless he's just promoting, this is just part of the story. They've taken him out of the picture for a little while, so either Hook is going to replace him, or they're going to have to relinquish the titles, which could lead to the Death Riders becoming champions again, or hopefully somebody new. It's storytelling everywhere.
So everybody, what is the word for today? Storytelling.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, if Hook don't come in, I'm gonna give you 2 teams that they're already based in already. Ricochet and Gates of Agony.
Oh my God, I forgot about them.
And the returning Juice Robinson. Thank you.
Why in the fuck did he do that beat? Dude,
cut his beard?
Yeah,
he looked like NXT.
Perfect segue. So we could go straight into the second match, which was the men's Casino Gauntlet match, which Juice did return and did come back in. And
that's a baby.
I mean, yeah, listen, Juice is a great, I know what I appreciate about Juice. He's another great reminder to me to never go clean shaven.
Period.
Because, I mean, listen, when you have the beard for so long, it's like, it's hard to see. Like, you know what he reminds you of, Enforcer? Remember the whole Elias Ezekiel storyline that they were doing?
Yeah.
Chop him down.
Go back and watch when the NXT started, that's when he came to come. He looks just like how he started in wrestling. Short, the same lip hair, no beard. I don't know what wrestling gear he had on. Don't do that no more. Go back to your old wrestling gear. But he was healthy. So, and then the Guns came out. I haven't seen the Guns in so long. They came out. So
that adds to the tag team division. That adds to the trios division with Juice. So you're replenishing 2 divisions right there. But
so let's not forget though what you said earlier with Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. Ricochet for the last 2 months have been preaching, I want to win a title. So this is a perfect opportunity for them to become trios champions. I think that may be where they're going to. They're either going to win it or they're going to lose it. I really believe they're going to get stripped of those titles and they're going to maybe put on a tournament or something.
Go back to when the Gates of Agony came back and they had that match, I think, against the Hurt Syndicate, and they had another match. They looked better.
Yeah.
So they put them on Ricochet with this attitude. If you go back and watch the backstage interview, they look perfect together.
They do.
Like shaped
I mean,
up.
they all have tattoos and right.
I know you.
Same configuration, wow.
But if we gonna really talk about this man, this casino gauntlet, gotta talk about the genius himself, MJF.
What'd you want to say?
No, I was gonna say, with MJF winning, like, not a big surprise, honestly. And then,
was that one of the predictable ones? Like,
I would say, like, as far as matches go, like predictability, that's the one I'm the least shocked at. Because MJF winning for the eventual winner of the big winner of tonight, it does make sense for a future storyline down the line.
Right.
So that does make sense. That fits. It's okay for it to be a little bit predictable in the future, but it ties in with the new champion right now. Like, if and when they, Hangman and MJF reignite their feud, their story. I mean, what's funny? Just quick to deviate. Like, we look at the redemption arc of Hangman. One of the guys who I think deserves so much credit for, like, the Hangman redemption arc is that little mini feud that we had with MJF earlier this year back in Revolution.
Yes.
Because you could go back to a backstage interview segment where it was Renee, MJF, and Hangman, where MJF told him straight up, like, I guess how the deep dark, he said, "This isn't you."
Yes.
He said, "This isn't you." And it's like, that was like, it lit. I think that was the start of lighting the fuse under the Hangman kind of turnaround arc. That, and then also, around the same time was Christopher Daniels letting them know that
it was at the end. It was at the end of Christopher Daniels.
Like, when Daniels told Hangman, I gotta retire. I can't do this anymore. You saw that look in Hangman's face where the first time he had regret for his actions, in a sense.
Can I say something here? You're not talking about a wrestling match at all.
No.
What are you talking about?
I am talking about I'm talking about
you're talking about the word of the day, which is
storytelling.
Hey, Ziggy, that word. Every time we do this, this happens. This half storytelling.
You are dumb as fuck. I love it.
But if we're gonna talk about the story, if we're gonna keep in the storytelling, you said the most predictable thing was the Casino Gauntlet. It was only 3 winners. It's gonna be MJF, Mark Briscoe, or Mystical. Because that's who they really was. The story between Mystical and MJF, and now Mark Briscoe with the talky talk and all that stuff. It's
right.
But everybody else was just there, what's his name? Anthony Bowen. Just get your spots in. You're not gonna lie.
You know what? With Anthony Bowen, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling his character. Just not. While we're on that subject, I'm not feeling his character. That's it. I'm sorry. I rather deal with Matt Caster, even though I don't like the bitch. I mean, and this is in real life, and I don't care for him. I'd rather deal with his character versus Anthony Bowen. This character with,
Is it just feel Matt Caster is more over than Anthony Bowens?
Yes. Max
Yes.
Caster is more over than Bowens.
which is crazy to me.
He has gotten over more and more every week. He's
That's
getting
like-
better reactions from the crowd in all of his losing and all of his "Let's go, Max." It's getting over. I did not think it would get over. To
It's
this
annoying, but yes, it's getting over.
but it's getting over.
I mean, and that's the point because he's a heel, so he's
Yeah.
supposed to do annoying shit.
Yeah.
You know.
This is booking 101, and I can't believe. I'm hoping you guys see this. This is literally leading to Max Caster turning babyface and Anthony Bowens becoming an insane heel. I'm hoping that it works.
That
It's
is
already happening.
Yeah.
It's already happening because he already cursed out Billy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's coming. It's coming sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Bowens will be a heel, and I'm hoping that they do something with him on Collision.
Yeah.
Matt Caster with the porn stash gonna be a babyface. All right.
Yeah. So for the next match, it was supposed to be the TNT title match between Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher.
I was hoping that you wanted to walk
But unfortunately, literally when we are getting into the stadium, I check my phone and I get the notification from Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful saying, unfortunately, Adam Cole was not cleared to compete. He had to relinquish the title. So as you see on the screen right now, Fatal 4-Way was being for the TNT Championship. Now we find out this morning that the reason Cole dropped out is confirmed. He unfortunately got another concussion. So this is now in the past couple years, you saw the promo he cut in front of everyone, and it has the vibe. It had the feel like of course he didn't make it official, but I don't want to try to read too much in the future, but it just seems like do not be surprised if maybe we've seen the last of Adam Cole in the ring. Because listen, I have 15 years coaching football experience. I have a football family, and unfortunately, we see a lot of NFL greats. Unfortunately, they reach a certain age, so many concussions. They can't, when they get to their later years, they can't function throughout the whole head trauma and CT that they've suffered. I love Adam Cole. He's one of my personal favorites, but obviously itself comes first. So now I want to go on from that to the decision of the match at the end.
Can I talk about Cole real quick? So I just want to say this because I was talking earlier about how at the elevator at Starcast you run into a lot of wrestlers, and at one point, most big name wrestlers like Adam Cole, when they come through the hotel, even when they go to the elevator, go up to their room or come down, whatever, they're surrounded by security. I literally ran into Adam Cole by himself. And I think Ziggy has that photo. First of all, he's always nice. So, Adam Cole, nicest pro wrestler, one of the nicest pro wrestlers ever. But I'll be honest, guys, when I ran into him the day before All In at StarCast, he didn't seem overly happy. Now, he did take a picture with me and a couple of other folks, but he had a backpack on. He was ready to move. It was just me and that lady right there. We were the only people that he took photos with. And then he had a guy there. But like I said, he was super nice about it and everything. But he really did not seem like himself. And, no way would I have thought that he had a concussion or anything. But I guarantee you, whatever was going to happen on Saturday, he knew it at this very moment.
I had to watch when I got off of work. So I had my phones off, all that stuff. I gotta keep on saying that to let y'all know how I feel about this. And when I was watching, I don't know what match it was. I think I heard Nigel Dennis said, "Oh, there's a 4-way for the Southern Valley." Okay, he's facing. All right, cool. So when he came out and he did a speech, I'm sorry. I know he didn't want to say it. I don't know, but it sounded retirement to me.
It sounded retirement.
It's especially if you go back to when Daniel Bryan had to retire. When someone loves something, when someone got a passion for something, that man could not hold it. That bone lip was chirping. He got a very emotional. His eyes turned red while he was talking. It sounds retirement. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit, and I'd rather you retire with all your feelings, all your lumps, and then instead of you trying to entertain us over your health. So it was the right decision. And another thing I'm gonna say for all you the fans out there that you're doing those stuff to them, and I'm not gonna go into it, but you know what y'all was talking about, the shaming, all that stuff. Don't be a phony now. Don't be a phony now. Because this man gave us everything for this business, and now it's gonna be taken away from him.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part, and that's why I'm just gonna say this right here that us fans, we really need to do better, because if we do care about professional wrestling, then you should care about wherever the wrestlers go, whether it's to AEW, WWE, or the indie scene. You should just respect their wishes and just move on. All of this other extra shit that y'all be doing is not necessary. So to wish death on somebody or say, oh, that's what you get for joining that company, it shows a lot about yourself. So just be decent human beings and just love professional wrestling. Respect what the men and women do in this sport. If you respect the people from that put their lives on the line each and every day, and I'm talking about our veterans, give them the same respect that you give the wrestlers, because the wrestlers put their lives on the line just like the military does. So just want to say that.
It takes one slip in wrestling, one miscue.
Exactly. That's my point. It only take one.
Right.
One move.
But yeah, like I think we covered everything as far as the Adam Cole part.
Yeah.
But I just want to just about the 4-way real quick. Like I don't think we need to spend too much time on this. Like we could tell you, like, from being there live, like after the announcement, obviously the crowd energy was a little dejected. We're thinking about more important
things. They were very dejected.
Yeah. So at the conclusion of this match, with Dustin winning this match, I'm gonna say right here, right now, I think it was a great pivot by Tony Khan, because I think the original decision was Fletcher was gonna win last night. He was gonna beat Adam Cole, because the time was now, the writing's on the wall. He's everything that the company is looking for. But I feel, with just the emotion of the crowd, with the Cole speech and everything, if Kyle would have won that, it wouldn't have been, the story wouldn't have been about Fletcher winning the title, his first title in AEW. It would have been, and rightfully so, their minds would have been on Adam Cole. Yeah. But I feel Tony Khan and the booking committee, they took a step back when they set this match up. Why not? Let's try to take a negative and try to bring the best possible outcome. We have another day one wrestler in Dustin Rhodes, homegrown Texas boy. Let's give him his moment. We'll get a nice pop from the crowd, nice, great home reaction. And I'll admit, and these guys, and Chris and Miss South can agree with me, like the first few seconds after Dustin won, there was a little confusion, a little bit like, whoa, he won. But then that pop from the crowd, it was an upswirl of positivity. Like that decision, I think, was a huge benefit for the rest of the night. Like, because it could have had a negative tone for maybe the next couple of matches. So I think this was an amazing call on the move by Tony Khan to read the room. And also, like, it's not a matter of if Kyle wins the TNT Championship. It's a matter of when. It's going to happen. Yeah. So I think, and guess what? There was the word of the day storytelling in this match. Because guess what? At the end of the match, what went down? Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes. They got into it. You saw it after the match. Sammy looking at Dustin like, Sammy thinking like, jealous, or I should have won that title. You saw like kind of begrudgingly shake his head because that's his ROH tag champ. Now you're building up. Whenever, let's say we get Kyle and Dustin for the title down the road, does Sammy cost Dustin? Does he turn his back and do you? You're creating another storyline in the waiting right there.
because Sammy has held that title.
Yes.
And I'll say this: I hate to bring the old man in. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say the old man. But old school booking, the story was for Cal Fletcher to beat Adam Cole, and they had to pivot. Anytime you pivot, you have to go with the pivot. It wouldn't have done anything for Cal Fletcher to beat those guys because none of them were part of the story. They weren't even, none of the three were part of the match. So when you have to pivot, you pivot completely in the opposite direction, and that's what the old man was famous for. So this was a brilliant idea.
Talk about the one of the king of dildos.
The one that's no longer involved with the company that he created.
Gotcha.
So again, I was sad because this is one. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So just like last week, this is one of the matches I was looking forward to.
Ziggy, I swear, bro.
That's
that part.
I was looking forward to this match because I wanted Cal Fletcher to get his first singles title, and it was working that way. Plans changed. I was still surprised that it was Dustin, because you got Sammy, who's a former 3-time TNT champion. Daniel is a former. That's who Adam beat for the TNT title. And you had a little thing going with Garcia and Kyle Fletcher because Kyle Fletcher beat him to become number one contender for that match. So I thought, like, okay, one of those two go get it, and you can have a good match with Kyle Fletcher and one of those two. But Dustin, being from Texas, this man worked 3 matches this weekend. He worked the tag team matches on Supercard Honor. He won the match, the 8-man match, and then this. I'm sorry, but the true Rose name is carried on with Dustin. I'm sorry, Cody, but you finish your story. Dustin is continuing his story. It's not done.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll say just repeat one more time, then we'll move on. But like I said, it's unfortunately, hey, life happens. And literally he found it out yesterday morning, hours before the start of the showtime, and like Mid-South said with his interaction out of Cole, and even myself as a football coach, you could look and tell.
Yeah,
you could listen. I'm trained in spotting like concussions and symptoms, and just how you described it, it was obvious right then and there. And you don't just diagnose a concussion right there on the spot. It could be 24, 48 hours after the fact that you can be diagnosed with it. Unfortunately, it's not something 100% of the time that's right then and there. But it is what it is. Tony did the best. I think he made the best decision possible. I think it worked out. So after the TNT match, we then had arguably, we'll get to the segment later in the show, but not just match of the night. This was a match of the year contender. Young Bucks versus Ospreay and Swerve. And listen, this is one of these. This is a match. A little tangent quick. This was another reminder about the Young Bucks. This is another example about with the Young Bucks that any conversation starting or that you start about greatest tag teams of all time, and you do not bring up the Young Bucks, your conversation is null and void, and it means absolutely nothing. I mean, it's like they could go away for months at a time, which they did up until Dynasty. They were out of the picture for a while. They can come back for months, hit the ground running, biggest show of the year. And you know what? For the sake of it, according to Dave Meltzer, he called this the second greatest tag team match in AEW history, right behind the Bucks match with Omega and Hangman back in Revolution.
I disagree with that. I'm sorry. I really believe that was.
No, I'm just saying like that's what he says. It's number 2.
I don't give a fuck what Messi says.
No, I'm saying you know what?
Wait.
Seriously. I mean,
Nelson can say that.
Give a fuck.
Nelson can say that. Nelson can say that. But the common denominator is the Young Bucks is in both of those matches. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry. I'm probably in the same era with Big Time. I watched some of the best damn tag team wrestling, Midnight, Rock and Roll, all of them. The Young Bucks right now for the past decade and a half, maybe 2, have been keeping the tag team wrestling scene alive wherever they go. New Japan, PWG, Ring of Honor, etc. You hear about Young Bucks, they always they killing the business, they spot monkeys, and they take their words and make money with it. And they come out and throw in your face, oh, they don't sell. Matt showed a back injury doing 5 wrestling promotions for a whole year. That's selling. So I don't want to hear nothing. The Young Bucks is I don't know, top 3, top 5. I don't know what order you want to put them in, but they in the conversation of the greatest tag team ever.
No, we need to put them in the top 3.
Whatever.
At this point,
top 3, top 5, they are in the conversation of any debate as the greatest tag team in my lifetime.
No, I'm standing on business with this. The reason why they are literally in the top 3, because they have revolutionized professional wrestling in this era. That is not easy to do. Also, they stood on business by saying we are going to change the world. They have literally changed the world for the last 6 years. Put some motherfucking respect on their goddamn name. I'm tired of these fucking bed bugs on fucking social media continuously calling these. Listen, Will Ospreay and Swerve have literally gave us one of the greatest fucking tag team matches I have seen in person. And I'm tired of people saying, oh, well, they're Power Rangers. Why the fuck you listen, Power Rangers are probably one of the greatest series I've seen growing up as a kid. So, who?
Hey.
I was a Red Ranger a couple of years for Halloween.
And I was a Green Ranger and a Red Ranger, and I was all of that above. But at the same
you can call them Power Rangers all you want. I like Power Rangers.
Yeah. I do too. But it's just like we're just finding reasons just to say, oh, I love them, but I can't love you because you're not loving my favorite acronyms.
It's not the popular thing to say. It's everything. The popular thing to do is to be negative. If you see someone happy, I'm going to shit on it because that's the thing to do. The Young Bucks not just change the world of wrestling, but change how some of y'all make money. Yeah. If you want to go business.
Yeah, Hot Topic and some other stuff that they.
If you go business, so we won't have Swerve Sneaker without Young Bucks saying, hey, we can bring the pumps back.
Respectfully, I'm not getting about these speakers, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say something similar to Enforcer here. The Young Bucks are literally. I know what Cody said and all that stuff, but the Young Bucks are the reason why AEW is here. The Young Bucks are the reason why wrestlers are making the money that they're making now on the indies. They started all of it. They got themselves into Hot Topic. They got themselves booked in multiple promotions across the world. They went on the road for an entire year, not just in New Japan, not just in PWG, but they were wrestling in England, Germany. They were wrestling in Australia, they were wrestling in freaking Mexico, they were wrestling for Ring of Honor. They went everywhere, and they took their way of making money, which is, not just a Hot Topic thing, but the t-shirt business with pro wrestling tees and all that stuff, based off of the way with Coca Cabana, how he did all that, started all of that. That was the Young Bucks first. The Young Bucks, to me, I call them the builders of independent wrestling. That's what I call them. And I don't mean they built independent wrestling, but they damn sure are the reason why people are making money in independent wrestling now.
Right. In independent wrestling, you was only getting paid probably $10 to $15 a match. Then you bring your merch in. You bring your merch in the suitcases or bags, whatever, or totes, whatever. They show you how to make money, and And you saw if you was a fan of being elite. They showed y'all the hustle. They showed you the hustle. But besides that, let me keep the wrestling. The Young Bucks is a combination of, I don't know, what the Hardys, Rockers.
Dope. I'm sorry.
That was the first match that I jumped on. I went insane at the end of that match. Midway through that match, and then again at the end of that match.
Are they? I would say. Let me ask you guys this: are they literally one of the most deadliest like tag teams that you can think of in like recent memory?
I think they are the most creative tag team in history, and I don't just mean create things for themselves, because as you notice, they didn't win that match. The Young Bucks only care about the business. It's not a selfish thing with the Young Bucks like a lot of people try to pretend that it happens.
Mm-hmm.
They're not putting themselves over all the time because they really are EVPs. Despite what happened in the match, they're still EVPs. Those dudes care about AEW, they care about pro wrestling as a whole. They are super creative, not just to get themselves over, but as you notice, whenever they do something, it's for someone else as well. There is always story involved inside of their matches.
You look at some of the biggest tag team matches in AEW history that the Young Bucks have been involved in. Just like in All In Yet last night, I can bring up, like we just said, the tag match with Omega Hangman at Revolution 2020. We can go All Out 2021, the steel cage match against the Lucha Bros. And obviously last night, those three matches right there.
FTR.
And the FTR tag team match on Dynamite. I think that one was better than the pay-per-view match. All four of those matches, you know what they did? They lost because you know what? I think them being EVPs, them being guys in charge, you know what? The story makes sense at the end of the day. It made sense for Hangman and Kenny to win that match because what did that do? That gave you little breadcrumbs to a possible split between Hangman and Omega. How did that match end? Hangman teasing the buckshot lariat on Kenny. Kenny turns around. Hangman says, now, unfortunately, COVID happened. They had to scrap those plans, but just imagine what could have been. The storyline with going into All Out 2021 against the Lucha Bros, one of the greatest tag team rivalries in modern tag team history, not just in AEW, but multiple promotions as well. One of the craziest steel cage matches you will see in modern wrestling history. The Bucks took the pin right there. And the biggest event in possibly in AEW history, All In last night. I mean, the stakes are high. They lose their EVP status. Swerve and Ospreay lose. They can't challenge for the title for an entire year. And this was one of those matches where, honestly, I could not pick a winner in this match because guess what? Both outcomes make sense. They both made sense. Both outcomes made sense. Because guess what? Can you just imagine? Does Tony have the balls that Swerve and Ospreay lose and not have them in the main event scene? Or it would have been just what? If that would have happened, I gotta get credit. Massive set. And it would have made sense.
I was going to say, but it was a beautiful setup, though. The story between Will Ospreay and Swerve down the road. Because now they can't go heavyweight title. Someone, I don't know who put it in my head. Can you imagine they would go for the tag team titles? Because there's still history between the Hurricane King and Swerve, and not forget that little incident between MJF and Will Ospreay and the Hurricane came behind him like, we got a problem here. He walked away. I'm just saying, either way, like you said, either way, the result would have been massive.
But you know what? Listen, the outcome we know, Swerve Ospreay won, and like we said earlier, it's another match that played into the decision at the end of the show, and it's just, you know what, it is what it is. And then I think after the tag match, we had the women's gauntlet match next, and I'll say this right now. You had something I agree with. I thought the women's gauntlet match was better than the men's.
100%.
I agree. I think it was better in the sense of returns, surprises. And like, yeah, MJF winning was very, I think, the more likely choice. Now, Athena winning the women's gauntlet match. I mean, we said it with Dustin earlier. Now Athena winning. First off, anyone who thought, because unfortunately, I'm sure you heard it weeks up to the show. I'm sure you guys heard it too. People were actually questioning if Athena was going to be in this card. I'm like, dude, go back to, you were there when they first announced the show. Who was there? Who were the three main people there? It was
Swerve,
Mercedes, and Athena. Now we know the story now that the original plan was it was going to be Toni Storm versus Mariah May, and it was supposed to be Mercedes versus Athena. See, things happen, life happened. We had to pivot, and whether people want to admit or not, this is a fact. The biggest match, women's match that this company could have put on was Toni Storm versus Mercedes. Those are your two biggest high stature women in your division. Now, for some reason, people, like I said, Athena thought it was going to be off the card. No, Athena the past few weeks was saying, I got to be on this card. We lost this. I'm going to be the. She's telling you right in your face she's going to be on that fucking card. Sometimes, like you said with Lawrence, you just watch the fucking show and you'll know what the hell is going to happen. They weren't going to leave her off the fucking card. You're working yourself up.
Not my words. That's Barbara.
I'm the one talking, so it is my words. I don't give a fuck. Like,
So,
you me to that. Like, isn't it crazy with any TV show, not just wrestling, your favorite drama, comedy, whatever? If you watch the fucking show, you know what's gonna happen. It's not that fucking. Wrestling's actually a real easy to show to keep if you pay attention. But that's another. Like, I love the surprises in there. I like the debut of Alex Windsor. Debuting like Shiori. Shiori was announced on Ring of Honor Super Card Honor that she's moving in. She debuted last night at All In. They had a nice exchange with her and Windsor who have faced each other back in Rev Pro, so they got history. I would love for that to be the first feud, but we'll see what happens. But the great action all throughout. Everyone got their stuff in. I think all the ladies, they showed out. Yep. They maximized their time, but Athena winning, that was another uplifting moment for the crowd. And now it's like, we know now Athena is for certain number one contender. She's going to be on AEW television. Now the question I have right now is two things: do you think Athena will lose the Ring of Honor Women's title, or is she going to relinquish it at some point?
I think she already relinquished it.
No, she hasn't yet.
Okay, because I know they said she's now full-time AEW Women's Division. They just announced it right before the show.
All I know is, I have been preaching patience for the longest because I subscribe to watch Ring of Honor. So I've been following, Athena this entire time. I kept quiet about it. I got upset a few weeks ago on this show because I stated, I know we weren't prepared to show the picture, but there was a certain picture that I kept posting. You talked about it earlier. I said, Tony Khan, we cool and all, but when you came to Dallas, you sold me on that photo with Swerve as the champion, Athena as a champion, and Mercedes as a champion. Now, I'm not saying they should all be champions going into All In, but you sold me on them being a part of All In. So there was no way Athena or AEW was going to put on a show, the biggest show of the year here, and you not give me Athena. Yeah. So I was, like I said, I stayed quiet about it, but I didn't see what he was doing at the time. But I stayed the course as long as I could, but then I said, hey, it has to change. And eventually it changed. Well, I was as patient as possible. But like you said, just watch the freaking show. Watch it. Just wait. You can't get to the finish line without starting at the start line. You can't win the race. You gotta start somewhere. You gotta go through the entire process. So I say all that to say, sometimes you just got to give storylines a chance. I think someone said it, last night on social media somewhere where they were like, "Hey, I feel sorry about all the bad things I said about the Death Rider storyline because it actually, once you got to the end, it actually all makes sense now." And that's what I said from the beginning. I'm not saying I love the Death Rider storytelling up on the screen, but give it a chance. Let's see how they end it.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. It is we have approached the 2-hour mark. So what we're gonna do, and first of all, shout out to our viewers for watching us this late. We actually got to get going because we got flights in the morning. So, Mid-South, thank you so much for coming in person. This was definitely a treat. Follow us on all social media platforms, everybody. Follow Matt Fred Barber, where they can find you.
Sorry. On Twitter, that Ball Bro, on Instagram and TikTok, Ball Bro as well. Any variation, you'll find me. And follow my podcast, the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast, where we do video on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all your podcast platforms. We just recently hit a year running the show, and I believe in a couple of weeks, I think we're going to be putting out an announcement this week that we will, for our 1-year anniversary, we're going to do a live stream for that episode. So just follow us on Twitter at Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. We're going to try to get some guests on there. We'll keep you guys posted. But, we're excited. And you know what? We're working on a few big things. I got to stay mum on for right now. But you guys will be the first to find out. And, Chris, I appreciate everything you've done for me the past few years. I mean, I still so appreciative. I came across you on my For You page like a few years ago. We were on your lives. I hopped in. And 3 years later, it's been all uphill from there. And yeah, man, we all started somewhere, and like I said, the theme of this weekend was networking. I mean, Chris's contacts got us in at Collision. My contact, Mr. Wrestling Fan, if you're out there, thanks again on Twitter. Got some comp tickets for us for Supercard of Honor. I mean, like I said, we didn't plan any of that.
We ain't playing none of this shit.
None of that. Shout out to Sean Ross Sapp. Met him at StarCast. Cool dude, he's amazing. Cool. I mean, very very nice, very nice children. Shout out to Andrew Vidala as well. Also another one of the good guys in the IWC, in my opinion. But, yeah, man. Like I said, this past weekend has been a blast. I put a video out last week. You guys saw, for all wrestling fans out there, I've said it last week. I'll say it again: buy a plane ticket or get your passport. You will never have more fun going to wrestling shows than travel. I mean, I live in New York. I've been everywhere in New York, New Jersey, Philly, Connecticut. But I did not have more fun than I've done in the past years going to San Francisco, going to LA, going to Greensboro last year for Sting's final match. All in last night. My first time in Dallas, Texas. And then next month, 3 years in a row, I'll be going to England. I mean, it's just like, you will never get a greater appreciation of this sport and what it offers if you travel and open up your horizons. I mean, like I said, if you're ever watching these PLEs, pay-per-views in England, France, wherever, and you wish you could be there, stop wishing. Save up some money, and trust me, you will not regret it. Not even just for the wrestling aspect, and we're just opening up your horizons, just being in a different setting. So that's my message tonight.
Yeah, great, man.
Yeah, and I'll say on top of that, think logically. You don't have to pay for it all at the same time. Buy your plane ticket first, or buy your wrestling event ticket first. Then buy your hotel. Next time you get paid. Just spread it all out. You don't have to purchase it all at once. I'm Mid-South to NWA on TikTok. I don't really consider myself a content creator, although I do make content from time to time. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it until I change my mind.
How much fucking time do you need? No, I'm sorry. Can't interrupt.
as much time as it takes.
Okay.
I don't really have a message other than I love pro wrestling. I appreciate #Heals for Life for allowing me to talk about pro wrestling, because that's all I really care about is talking about pro wrestling. I don't have a lot of people talk about pro wrestling with. That's why I don't consider myself a content creator, because I just make videos for me. I don't make them for anybody else. I make them for me. Yeah, that's it for me.
Mr. Go ahead, Antonio.
Oh Lord, you're a content creator, goddamn it. Oh, anyway, I do have an announcement. July 27th should be episode 297, and we will have the Suplex Assassin, Alex Kane, here on the show. He gave me the okay. So, brother, I try to get the All Father. He gave me back, but Alex Kane hit me back. He would be honored to be on this show. So,
Cool.
July 27th, he will be here talking with us.
Cool.
I'm so happy that y'all had a great time. Y'all got there safe, and hopefully y'all get home safe. You know, I will be doing this for you. I'll be looking out on the make sure y'all say y'all home. You know, but I love the stories I heard, the energy. I'm glad y'all had fun. It was a good show to me. I was in here, like I was there. Pissed off my wife a couple times, but it's okay. That's what wrestling's supposed to do. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. You're supposed to forget whatever troubles for a couple hours. Even though it was 5 to 6 hours, but you forgot it. Have fun. That's what you're supposed to do. Now networking. Now look at y'all got people calling y'all legends that got more followers than us combined. Calling y'all legends. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Keep building. We go hit those numbers, and that's all I gotta say. Again, July 27th, we got Alex Kane, the Suplex Assassin, and that's all the enforcer gotta say.
Well, thank you so much for that, Mr. Enforcer. Z, is there anything else that you want to add?
No, that's all I had, man. Once again, appreciate you guys. It's been kind of fun. Kind of add to what Enforcer said. It's kind of living through you guys on social media. So definitely appreciate y'all sharing y'all's experience with it. We also added Ball Bros podcast into the title of this video at GW Podcast UK, so y'all can just kind of click that, and then it'll bring you straight to their page. Make sure y'all subscribe and follow and everything like that. Also, with Mid-South to NWA on TikTok, make sure y'all go hit our boy up on Mid-South. He's also a Saints fan, so that's another reason to follow him. You know what I'm saying? Who that, by the way. And of course, Chris on YouTube, he has multiple shows throughout the week. He has multiple cookouts, as we call it on TikTok. That way, I almost kind of pull it up and listen to it as a podcast. And we kind of, as the IWC, we kind of just huddle up and kind of talk throughout the week and different. Yeah, we have debates and catering. We have a lot of other shows, and then we have also Mr. Enforcer. You giving everybody else flowers, but I want to give this guy right here his flowers. Hey, bro, you do a lot of things that aren't seen to a lot of people on the platform. So just want to make sure that you get your appreciation as well, man. Doing these logos, doing t-shirts, contacting people, different things like that. On top of holding your own platform well and getting your content.
Most
definitely shout out to you as well, man. So just another good week of wrestling. I definitely appreciate everybody, and I think that's all I have. Also shout out to Naomi. She won the world championship today. I do want to say it is kind of cool. We have a black woman that cashed in. She brought in the black ref to officiate it, and then she announced it with the black announcer to announce that she cash in. So that was kind of a cool sequence with that. Naomi knocked the Sonic rings out of the two ladies in the ring, split leg moonsault. Shout out to Naomi and Sasha Banks, who walked out of the company, and now both are, doing their things.
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks, she left the company.
Goat Monet. Goat Monet, damn it. Goat Monet.
I know who that is. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Sasha did leave.
She did leave.
Monet.
That's true.
Yeah.
Shout out to both ladies though. They're doing the best work of their careers right now. Mercedes, absolutely
Goats
right now.
Goats.
And I honestly wouldn't have been mad if she won last. What it is, I gotta wait.
Mercedes.
Oh.
But y'all definitely have safe travels as y'all go back to y'all's destination, everything like that.
Here we go.
And I'm gonna pass it back to Chris and Dumbo.
All right, so everybody, this has been a dope ass episode. Matter of fact, Miss South, thank you so much for coming by. Brett, you already know it was a pleasure this whole entire weekend. The only thing that I'm just going to say is, everybody, if you want to start a podcast, don't be afraid to do so. Just go ahead and just do it. If you have resources or if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, Mid-South. I don't give a fuck, you're a content creator, or Mr. Brett, or Ziggy, or something like, or any one of us, whoever you feel comfortable coming to. But I will have a cookout as soon as I get back to Milwaukee. We'll probably have one maybe about 1 o'clock. I promise you, it's 2 o'clock, because I need some sleep. We'll definitely get some sleep on the plane. Definitely.
I'll be on later tomorrow because my flight lands at 2:30 New York. But me and my podcast, we're recording at 4.
Okay.
So I'll be on later. Well, if you do a cookout tomorrow night,
do one of them. Yeah. Okay. Cool. But until that time, everybody. What's that thing that Kenny Omega do? Good night.
All right. Good night. And goodbye.
Bang. Bye, everybody.
Bang. Storytelling.
My baby's out his briefcase. Yay!
My nigga. Oh. Take us out here, Ziggy.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Let him leave.